welcome to Retro Spotlight, Metroid 2 Return of Samus. I'm Joe Dix for thefreecheese.com. Doing this one live, because I can. And because I forgot to record it the other day and get it posted in time. But we are just on the eve of Metroid Samus Returns releasing for the 3DS, so before that has the opportunity to hit store shelves and reach all of us in time, I figured it was time to go back a little bit, play a little bit of this game in its original form. Plus, I got some hot new Wi-Fi, so I wanted to see how these speeds stack up against last week. Last week I had a few days off, so I spent a couple afternoons farting around with some live stream stuff, and most of it was fine, but there were some spots where I remember when I was playing Mario Kart in particular on Switch, it got kind of like choppy in different spots. So this is hopefully playing a bit better. We'll find out. Oops. It might be playing better. I'm not playing any better. That's the key here. So Metroid 2 was originally on Game Boy, as you can tell. And what's really cool about this one is you get to see the home planet of the Metroid species. We played this a couple years back, I think, as part of our Free Cheese Game Club. This was the first ever game to be played on the Free Cheese Game Club. The idea was that we were all kind of playing something together at the same time. And this had the fortune of being the first title. So this one involves you going back to SR388, where the Metroids hail from, and putting an end to them once and for all. It is due out. It's due for a remake tomorrow at the time of this recording. Oh, there's our Metroid. You can see in the bottom, or you can see at the bottom, how quickly my health is depleting. Jesus. There we go. But there you go. In the bottom right, you can see that the old Metroids have a countdown. There's a finite number of the little fucks. We're going to kill them all. Well, we're probably not going to kill them all. Did I get it? That did something. I don't know if it did what I wanted it to do. I'll just head somewhere else. I'm doing this a little weird. Normally when we record anything and everything, we make sure that my two little puggerinos are upstairs and not free roaming, but they've been kind of sleepy all day, so I've got both dogs with me to work through some Metroid 2. They are dogs, so they get easily excited by a little noise, and it just so happens that it sounds like my neighbor's moving out. So I think I've had to have the blinds shut all day, because just the sight of other humans makes my youngest Earl just lose his mind. But I think if they're kind of shuffling next door a bit, banging around in the old moving truck, it might set him off a bit. So if you hear sudden screaming from a dog, that's why. You might also hear Earl's not very much a quiet sleeper. So as he's sleeping beside me, got a little bit of snore action going on. Just a subtle little wheeze, but a wheeze nonetheless. One thing about this game that I don't love is how it all kind of runs together. Fortunately, we're playing this with filter on, so it's not as kind of samey as the Game Boy version was originally in its either green or black and white form, depending on which Game Boy you had. But this is still difficult to keep track of. But it feels good playing Samus. As always. It does make me kind of want to... Well, obviously, tomorrow's the big day. But makes me want to go back and play Zero Mission. Oop. I don't remember how far I got into the original Game Boy one. You see what I mean? I had no idea that it just ran all the way back to the... This is why I didn't get very far in the original. Yeah, I know last year we had AM2R come out, and I downloaded it so I could play it through my Windows partition on my Mac, and then never did. And then my hard drive took a dump on me, and I'm gonna run down here. After the hard drive decided to do that, I never put the Windows partition back on, so I never got around to playing AM2R. I heard it was quite good. Alright, let's go right. We went left before, I think. Yeah, look at this. This is something. Advancement, right? You can really hear Earl. Ooh. My original plan was to go back to the Game Boy version and really just play it. I'm kind of glad that I didn't. I don't want to Metroid myself out, although it's been quite a while since the Metroid games come out, but still. I did go back to Other M earlier this year, just because I went through a little phase earlier this year. Let's see, I don't think I can... Oh, okay. I went through a phase earlier this year where I was kind of... I don't know. Ooh, can't do that. I was tired of listening to what everybody else's opinions. It seemed like everything that came out or everything that was coming out, everybody had something to say, and whether it was good or bad. And I realized that with... we had a running joke on the podcast about my stupid infatuation for Final Fantasy 13, despite having ever played it, of course, right? And the thing with 13 is that everyone always kind of talks about how it's a terrible game and it's an 80-hour hallway and blah, 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 blah. That was dumb. And I don't know, for me, I would rather I had the same thing happen with Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, where everyone wanted to tell me how terrible that movie was, opening weekend after I had seen it, and I quite enjoyed it. I walked out of it really, really happy with everything that I saw, and I didn't really understand why people were so upset. I mean, I understood why people were a bit agitated by it. Um, but what kind of bothered me more is that people were more. It wasn't so much that they didn't like the movie. It was that they didn't like that I didn't. Too many double negatives. They didn't like that I liked it, right? So a lot of my conversations about that movie were about how dumb I was, or how blah blah blah. I shouldn't think that, or whatever. And I kind of got to a point this year where I was like, not that I ever prior to this year was taking any of that shit, to heart and making it weigh in on my decision making quality. But there was definitely a point this year where I was like, I realized that, oh shit. While I'm pretty much an independent thinker, there were, good thing we saved, huh? There have been times, like Final Fantasy 13, where I was like, hey, that game sucks. I know it sucks because everybody says it sucks, and I just kind of leave it at that. So this year I made it a point to kind of find out why it sucks. Find out why does everybody think that. I didn't quite go back as far to 13, but I grabbed Lightning Returns, and I played through it for a little while, and I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, but it wasn't like this thing where I had to be so violently against it. I did the same thing with Other M, because I remember buying Other M around the time it launched. Because the Wii, I don't know if you remember this, but despite the Wii's popularity, it did dry up quite a bit in the middle years, where it just really didn't have a lot of software that wasn't shovelware or even party games or just kind of quick cash-ins. The Nintendo output was getting more and more scarce and trite, if that's the right word for it. But it was, all the like kind of family style stuff. There were a lot of party games. This is like the Wii Music, Wii Fit era, Wii Party, all those things where it was just a lot of that stuff and less of what I kind of love Nintendo for. But, so amidst all that kind of dry period, I ended up not playing a ton of my Wii and, favored more on the other two consoles quite a bit. And then there was a thing where Project Cafe got leaked, detailed, rumored, and I suddenly had like all my interest in Nintendo renewed. I always kind of rooting for them from the sidelines, but it was definitely a sidelines kind of thing for a couple of years while they went through that kind of family phase. Like real family phase. I'm not talking like family phase. I'm talking like family phase. So I took some time off, played some other things. And then it was some point in 2010, like after Super Mario Galaxy 2 came out, I was like, I gotta jump back in here, see what we got going on. And I never went around to it. And then that Project Cafe leak in the beginning of 2011, when it was like, hey, there's a new Wii coming. We're going to have a new Nintendo console. I was suddenly like, oh, right, I love Nintendo. Just the simple like idea of it kind of tricked me into, not even tricked me, but thinking about Nintendo in a new way made me excited again for, the next thing, whatever was next to come. And I ran out. I bought everything I possibly could. This must have been April of 2011. So I ran out. I got Galaxy 2 at that point. I can't remember what the hell else I bought. But I remember not long after we knew what the Wii U was as of E3 2011. And then in August, when this game came out, or not this game, but Other M came out, I went and grabbed it, and I remember playing it and thinking it was really, like, kind of neat. The Team Ninja did some cool stuff. You had kind of some Prime-esque things with the, pointing the Wii remote at the display. I think we got a Metroid coming up, more than likely. How was I supposed to know that that was a red door if I were on the original hardware? I guess just trial and error. But, yeah, nothing. Ah, there we go. So Other M, I remember playing it. I remember I enjoyed it quite a bit. But there was a point where I just didn't finish it. I don't remember what even happened. But I didn't get to the end of it. But I enjoyed kind of the side-scrolling thing, turning the Wii remote on its side and navigating through that world in a different kind of way, seeing a different type of Samus story. I don't remember too many details of the plot that everyone seemed to lament, but that was the big thing, is everybody was very, very upset that, I don't know what that was. Everybody was upset about the story, where it took Samus, and how it kind of demoralized the character, or whatever, right? But to get back to the point, we hit this thing where people just stopped playing the game, stopped buying the game, or caring about it, because a bunch of people online said that this game sucks. And it was another thing this year where I was like, well, why does it suck? What sucks about it? I want to find out. So I fired it up and started playing that a bit this year. And I don't think it sucks. I think it was fine. It wasn't Super Metroid, but, what is? Well, hey, thanks, little dude. Well. All right. Probably should have grabbed myself a map before I started, but it's all right. Yep. There we go. Oh, that's a shell. That's a bad thing. Eh? Bombs? Bombs. All right. So our little Metroid friend should be out and about somewhere. Got hurt by the environment? Really? I see what they want me to do here. No? At this point. Some tricky platforming for this game. Well, let's see. Nope. Oh, yeah. Okay. And we're dead. Yep, of course. Figured that was coming. The moral of the story is just play things. Just Experience things for yourself. Don't let some dong tell you that it's good or it's bad, you know? Find out for yourself. To an extent, right? I mean, don't go wasting a bunch of money on stuff that's probably garbage. But also maybe spend some money on stuff that's probably garbage. Here's my friends in here. Yep. Thank you, friend. I really hope the majority of this stream is just Earl snoring. Alright, there's our little Metroid shell. This isn't good. Nope. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. I am looking forward to how this game is going to be different on 3DS. Do I keep going the same way and dying, or try something different? Nope, looks like I gotta keep going the same way and die. This is bad. Yep, yep, yep. Never quite got good at bomb jumping. Fuck. Probably should have killed him. I know. It's fine. Ugh. Let's get some health. I'm also very curious to see how Metroid Samus Returns stacks up. Just because Mercury Steam's pedigree in my book is not the strongest. I know a lot of people loved Lords of Shadow, and I didn't hate it, but it just didn't feel like my Metroid. My Castlevania. It was a new take on it. It was kind of fun to play, but I didn't really care for the really, really action-heavy stuff. You know? Like a little more gothic in my Castlevanias, but it wasn't a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. Just wasn't the game I was used to. But then I remember I didn't play the 3DS game, but it played the demo of it. And just don't know. Alright, we're gonna kill that guy first. Yeah, see, that's smart. That's not smart. Haha. Should I? Well. Well, okay. Not seeing any more Metroids, which I'm not sure how to feel about. Yep, got one. Balls. Look at that. Whoa. But yeah, that Lords of Shadow 3DS, the demo damn it. Demo I had played. See, that's what you get for being a dick and talking mean things about somebody's hard work, but I didn't quite care for that demo. It just didn't. Gabriel felt stiff. Is it Mirrors of Fate or Mirror of Fate? Then Lords of Shadow 2 had probably the... So now I've learned I can take these things out. But I can't do anything with it, can I? No. Lords of Shadow 2 had probably the coolest reveal trailer I've seen for a game ever. That might be hyperbole, but it might not be. I don't know. Lords of Shadow 2 got me super stoked for that game. And then... just... no. I remember being so stoked for it. Demo hit for that one. Downloaded it. I was very, very excited. I just didn't... Didn't like what I played. Alright, this seems like it sucks, so I don't want to do it again. We know we can get one down there. I feel like I probably came from here earlier, but just chase a different piece of scenery. Yeah, this looks familiar, but what doesn't? Hmm. Yep, got it, of course. I do think, I don't know if they'll do it. I think it'd be cool if Nintendo made, to go along with all their teeny tiny consoles, make a teeny tiny Game Boy. Throw some stuff on there, and I do believe that this game should be one of them, for sure. I think when played with a proper map system, and with the the Game Boy Color addition to it, that makes it kind of playable. That's mean. The original's playable, just not super sharp. What are these? Bats with like weird mosquito? Yeah, of course. Alright, let's try something different this time. Yep. So this game gave us a lot of what we know and love from Metroid, but also Samus, and we're not going to survive that. Yep, great. This game, because of the Game Boy's hardware limitations and how difficult it was to kind of see the character on screen, you can see that the Samus sprite is really big. We're kind of zoomed in on the world a bit just because of the limitation. But what that meant is to kind of make her stand out a bit. Samus needed to add these kind of big, you can only see it for like a frame, these big round shoulders, which we kind of know Samus to have. But if you go back to the original Metroid, not there, non-existent. It's a very skinny suit, whereas this one's got a lot of bulk to it. This game also introduces the spider ball, which a lot of games didn't really use outside of the Prime franchise. But spider ball lets you kind of cling to the ceiling and roll around, reach areas otherwise unreachable by navigating in ball form. Alright, so we gotta be careful not to fall in some water or lava. Whoops. bad idea. Getting stupid. And I just read an interview the other day with Mercury Steam talking about Metroid Samus Returns. And they had originally pitched to Nintendo a remake of Metroid Fusion, not Metroid 2, which I found kind of interesting. I played Metroid Fusion only, but it wasn't too long ago. Yeah, let's get and save again. Within the last few years, for the first time. And I can't remember where I'm at now. Let's go left. And I enjoyed what I played, but it definitely kind of holds your hand in a way that I don't like a Metroid game to do. Now this, what we're seeing here, I'd like my hand held a little, like a tiny bit. Just a little bit. I don't need a bunch, but just, you know, give me a map. Which obviously we would get. In Super Metroid, we'd see the map. I'm heading back to the ship again, aren't I? Pretty sure that's the one I already, yeah, got it. Well, I can at least replenish my health. That's where I came from. Up here, I believe, is on our way back to the ship. Yep. I wonder if there's anything up there. Let's take a look. Not like up there, but if we were to go a different path, I think I already tried this. Yep, great. Yep, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna end up just... And ship. Yep, cool. Well, there you have it. That's Metroid 2, Return of Samus. One Metroid down, technically two, but you know, then we died. There it is. I enjoy it. Go buy Metroid Samus Returns. Make your own opinion about it. Don't let somebody tell you it's good or bad, you know? If you enjoy Samus, you enjoy the franchise, go check it out. If you don't like it, give critical feedback. If you do like it, go give nice feedback. Say it kind of contradictory as someone who runs a video game podcast based on opinion and thought and whatever, but really at the end of the day, the only person that matters is you. So if you like something, go like it. If you don't, don't. It doesn't matter if other people do or they don't. Don't seek validation. Just do what you enjoy. Metroid 2, Return of Samus for the Game Boy. I've been Joe Dix. These have been my two sleeping pugs. And this has been thefreecheese.com. Check back next week for another retro spotlight. And probably some thoughts and feelings on Metroid Samus Returns on the 3DS. Cool. See ya.